To us, Mitch, we hate America, but soon we'll be in control. Your, your women and children, just like in Russia, will beg for us to kill them before they rip their teeth out with pliers. To us, Mitch. Do us, Mitch. To us, Mitch. Do us, Mitch. Soon America will fall to the Sith like Venezuela, and we, the globalists, will rule you forever. Yes. Do us, Mitch. Do us. All right, ladies, you are badass, and I salute you, and you are the hottest, I don't mean physically looking, you are beautiful, out there, hottest reporters on the internet, kicking globalist butt. And I have seen how the neocons have tried to attack Millie a few years ago. She ignored it. And they tried to attack Caitlyn. You ignored it. And now they are just beside themselves. But I got to say, behind the scenes, Logan Paul said nice things about both of you. So I'm not mad at you, Millie, about your viral video about how I'm the alpha male and, you know, how I dominated Logan Paul. I think Logan Paul's waking up and actually, you know, actually pretty good in ways. And the guy's like 6'4" and pure muscle, so he probably kicked my ass. So as nice as you're being saying I'm the alpha male on that show, Logan Paul actually likes you guys. I think we can get you both back on there, even though he got a lot of attacks for doing it. So let's give some praise to Logan Paul. You know, the whole media attacks him because they're jealous of his platform. But I think overall Logan Paul did a good job.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great that he let you come on and let Caitlyn come on. Look, there's being nice and saying nice things, and then there's just like truth and reality. And in my opinion, you kind of stole the show, Alex. And so, I mean, what am I going to say?
Well, I mean, I do kind of steal the show in obnoxious ways, just like you guys do. But I'm just saying, no, I mean, I get it. It's fun to have a headline. What was your headline? It's going viral right now. What's the name of the video?
Alex Jones dominates Logan Paul. Because you did, and it was funny, and it was all fun and games. So, you know, people don't have a sense of humor these days. You know, I can't say something like that without someone taking offense.
Sure. No. I don't think Logan's taking offense, even at me saying it looks like Jimmy Savile, which he doesn't. He was a really nice guy behind the scenes and was a sport about things. And I think he just kind of let me run, actually. But listen, I'm not knocking your headline. It's a cute headline. I didn't realize I don't get Logan and his crew, and I didn't realize the guy's been a fan for like 15 years. So I don't want to get him in trouble. I mean, I think Logan Paul, you can almost say he's like one of my children. I didn't realize that. So that's the problem. One of my bad children, though, you know.
So then how do we know? The real question is, how do we know if a lot of these people that are pretending to have this leftist ideology and catering to the left aren't secret InfoWars fans or secretly Trump fans, but they're just all too afraid to come out and say it?
Oh, that's
so they're putting on this
I'm going to hold you guys over. I had this big thing I'm going to do, and I'll do it, too, before our next guest joins us. But I've been reached out to in the last year. I mean, I got reached out to by some of the biggest syndicators 20 years ago, 15 years ago to get me to join them, and I didn't. It's not like a sellout. They just say, here's our agenda. Do you sign on to this? It's not like a dirty thing. It's like, this is off-record meeting. Do you join us with this ideology and let us run the show? And I'm like, no. But I've had some of the biggest people, like You Don't Get Bigger, do that. And I'm like, this is a scam. And then I actually see them start delivering on what they said they would do. So yeah, most people actually deep down are still pro-human. Even if they signed on to this globalist satanic program, at the end of the day, when the rubber meets the road or you come to the edge of the cliff, they're still pro-human. What do you say about that, Caitlyn?
I think, you know, Logan Paul, when I first went into there, I kind of just had my guard up because of the things people were saying to me about going on there. I didn't know if they were going to try to like rail me for the things I've tweeted or my opinions. When I left, I actually had a really bad feeling. Like, it wasn't as fun as I thought it was going to be. I felt like it was more of attacking me. And then when I went back and I watched it, it was awesome. And Logan continued to text me. He was so kind. I think it was just, I thought it was going to be something.
By the way, this isn't some butt-kissing escapade for Logan Paul. It's just that they were gracious, they were nice, they were funny, and they gave me a chance to go on one of the biggest podcasts out there that routinely gets 5, 6, 7 million views. Joe Rogan was smart. He said, I want to sneak attack them. He goes, I know you're getting censored. We're not going to announce you're coming on. We're going to drop it like a bomb. 6 million views in one day. It's up at like 40 million views. It's about to beat the Elon Musk, even though it's shadow banned in the next week or so. It'll be the #1 podcast in history for a long-form podcast. They're little short ones and stuff that have, 100 million views. But for anything over an hour, for podcast over an hour, the record's like 40 million. We have a 4-hour, 50-minute podcast that is set to have over 40 million views on all the platforms. And so that's with them shadow banning it. It had 6 million views in one day. Then they did the shadow ban, and that was 6 million on YouTube. So I guess it had about 15 million in one day if you counted. I mean, we tracked it. And again, I don't know why InfoWars continues to be #1. I mean, is that people want freedom. It's not that I'm that important. It's that the message we're promoting is common sense. But Logan Paul, his dog got killed by a coyote the day before I got there. I thought he was joking when he said it. I was like laughing. I really felt bad later. A little sweet Pomeranian, and I knew who Kong was. They're like, oh, you think this Rorschach ink blot looks like a coyote? You must be a fan of Kong. And I'm like, what's Kong? Oh, a coyote killed our dog. And I'm like, oh yeah, I thought they were joking. But then I'm at my hotel the next day, and there's like coyotes following me in the parking lot. I got video of this. I showed it actually 2 days ago. But I guess it was a Sunday, or was that the Friday show? I forget. But yeah, I've got friends and family that have like 10-foot game fences now to stop the coyotes from killing their dogs, their cats. They're attacking kids now, and they've got to be exterminated, folks. That's why people say, you old farmers and right-wingers want to eradicate the wolves and the coyotes, because, folks, if you don't eradicate wolves and coyotes in your area, when you kill a wolf or you kill a coyote, it triggers the pack to have the females go into estrus. And so they will supply as many puppies as they need to keep the pack alive. And so you kill one coyote, you get 5 more. You have to kill every damn one of them. And you're like, oh, big deal. I live in West Austin, and I left California last Thursday morning, and I decided to hike just up the hill by the hotel. I showed the video, and there was a coyote following me. So I wait, and then it comes out and is following me again. Probably only about 90 pounds, 100 pounds. And it was giving me the, like Wile E. Coyote looks at Roadrunner like he saw me as a big juicy chicken or something with grease dripping off of it. And then, what was it, Saturday morning, I get up at like 6:30 a.m. and I go out in the backyard. We've only got like a small wrought iron fence, and there is my cat. And the coyotes have already eaten one of my cats. And there, sure as the devil, is a coyote right up against the fence looking through. And let me talk about getting the willies, folks. I'm sitting there drinking coffee, 6:30, it's just getting light. I'm watching my fat tabby waddle around by the pool, and looking right through that fence. I see those eyes looking dead on at me, and I jumped. I was like, huh! And these coyotes are so arrogant, I can't help it. I got a crossbow now. I'm waiting. There's no house behind me. It's a cliff. I'll get the crossbow, and that son of a bitch was gone. But, man, I'm going to get him. I'm getting tired of it, man. There's nothing like being in your backyard. All of a sudden you look up at the wrought iron, and there's damn wolf eyes looking at you. I'm ranting, both of you ladies getting back into Logan Paul and how he tried to give you a fair shake. I think you did a good job and impressed him, Caitlin. And then other points you'd like to make, Millie Weaver.
Well, I think that you going on Logan Paul is going to have a huge impact on young people. The comments on that video were just, wow, I didn't even know this is who Alex was. I was totally wrong about Alex. All the comments were actually steering people towards InfoWars. So regardless of whatever Logan Paul's intentions are of having you on, the outcome is good. Because Logan did recently do that Flat Earth documentary. I don't know if you saw it, but he essentially trolls the entire Flat Earth community. He goes and pretends that all of a sudden he's been turned into a Flat Earther, but he's trolling the whole time. And then at the end, he's like, I never was a Flat Earther. I think these people are stupid. So whatever his intentions are with having InfoWars on, the bottom line is that the outcome is good because many people are seeing the truth and knowing that things that Caitlin says and that Alex says have factual basis.
Well, yeah, I mean, he clearly trolled the flat earthers. I don't think he's trolling us. That's why they attacked him so much and said he shouldn't be able to interview me. I mean, they had major publications say he should be taken off the air for having me on. So they go, well, Jones is banned on YouTube. No, my channels were banned for made-up strikes. People aren't banned from interviewing me. Think about that next level authoritarianism, Millie, or you know, I mean, just the listeners listening, or Caitlin. Now they're going to tell you who you can interview?
Yeah, I mean, when I was talking to, I actually texted Logan and I said, thank you for having Alex on. I think that's awesome because when the cameras were off of us, when I went on there, you know, they were so down to earth, they were so real. And we talked about, you know, there are certain things that they just feel like they can't say because there's an audience out there that's watching them. And you have to make sure you kind of pedal that line. They were super down to earth. I think they're more in line with us than we think and what they want to lead on, which I don't blame them at all because with big tech, you kind of have to stroll that line to have that platform
well, that's
that you got to have.
They did all the lip service to political correctness and made a joke about it. Like when I said retarded, I love mentally retarded children. Retarded just means backed up, that they haven't gotten to the point. Instead, they give them vaccines to make people brain damaged, but then say don't use the word retarded. You know, I've had family not born retarded, but family that was in car wrecks, or, you know, I had a cousin who died a few years ago. He lived, it was like 30-something. He was like 3 years old, and mom was taking a nap. There was construction workers there. They left the door open. He went up to the 3rd floor and jumped off the top. All retarded means is delayed. But then people say, I'm offended by retarded. Now you can't use that. Well, then what's the next word I use? And the next word I use? It's ridiculous. I'm not saying retarded to put people down.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's just the liberals trying to virtue signal and they want to police speech. But, you know, the reason I made this highlight clip with you on his show, Alex, is because the show was incredibly hilarious. I mean, 2 hours, I watched the entire 2 hours. It was so funny. I was rolling on the ground laughing. And the whole
Millie, I'm not criticizing you. I don't tell you what headlines.
The full video.
Sure, I don't tell you what headlines do or any of that. And in fact, I think it's a funny headline. I just know Logan Paul watches what we do, and I just don't want him to think that I went in there to dominate him or I did dominate. I get your joke headline. I mean, I think we dominated the First Amendment, and I think they really helped us. But I'm not bitching at you for putting that headline out. I think it's a funny headline.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's funny too. I hope that everyone goes and watches the full podcast of Logan Paul because it is really amazing what happens in this podcast. They get their minds opened to Alex Jones and who he is. I mean, I think some of them came in with preconceived notions that many leftists have. And then Alex just runs through all the facts and he destroys all the mainstream media's talking points that people hear about him. And these guys, it seems like at the end, it seems like they're totally, you know, it's like their eyes have been opened.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to keep going too. And then Joey Diaz, who I love to death, hadn't been on his show in years. We're like, oh, we might be a little late, which we weren't going to be late. We ended the podcast early to go to Joey Diaz's thing, and he canceled it. So I've told Logan Paul, I've told Joey Diaz, I've told everybody, anybody wants to come use our studios for their podcast when they're in Austin, they're welcome to. You ladies are awesome. I salute you. Joe Bannister's coming up. I got my special message to Trump. It'll take a few minutes as well. But let me just tell you something. I'm so glad that you guys get the fact that you were attacked, not by the left, but by the neocons, who are the left's gatekeepers, and that you saw what it was. And after they attacked both of you, because you guys just tripled your efforts and are just awesome. And so you're everything we need to be, and your crews are awesome as well. So thank you so much, and we'll be following all your work at Millie_Weaver on Twitter, and of course all the great work that Caitlin Bennett does as well. Liberty Hangout at Liberty Hangout everywhere. Keep it up, ladies. You are the heart of America. You are the spirit of 1776.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Thanks.